everyone, welcome to my channel. And today we're going to go over about very important upcoming events for months of April 2023. What I create for you really by points, the most important events. I strongly recommend to make a screenshot while I'm going to go over those events. And as well, I'm going to show you after all what's going to happen on sky for each of the event. So what you can do if you really want to follow and understand the astrological influence, to understand how to really build your schedule. And if you have any important things to do, there's certain days, this upcoming months, it's not really recommended because there's really not much support from the cosmic energy. As well, we're entering to the time of 40 days of Omer. So 49, sorry, my apology, 49 days of Omer. It's called 49 Windows days of negativity before we get into a very important upcoming event called Shavuot, the giving of the Torah. So usually during the period of time, I'm going to tell you exactly those days, we don't do any important events. We don't marry, we don't, men actually do not even cut a hair or their nails. But this is something for someone who really followed the spiritual structure of Kabbalistic events. But still, I thought it's going to be, if you only here in this channel to understand astrology to direct sky, welcome. And if you study Kabbalah and you follow the halachot, if you follow the precepts and you want to understand in depth everything what's happening in the sky, including the moon calendar and what's really energetical force coming from it, and why certain restriction actually created for us in order for us to elevate ourselves to the next level. So let's do step by step. And then I'm going to show you the sky. Again, what I do recommend for you to do the screenshot of the events. Plus, when I'm going to do this, the direct sky, and I'm going to show you each event step by step, you're welcome to make a screenshot as well, because it's going to be extremely important to see not just the combination of the Mercury in Aries, the full moon, and the, when the Venus in Taurus. It's actually equally very important to understand where the moon was going to be at that moment, and Mars, because then you can see the full picture. It's even more, especially if you study astrology, if you want to really to dive in more depth. So I'm going to provide all those tools, and I think it's really cool because you're not going to just listen to what I'm saying. You're actually going to project and look at the sky yourself and do analyze. Perhaps if I'm missing something, you can see something more, because this is not possible for me to cover everything, and it's not necessary. But if you're gonna do if you plan your calendar and you plan event, you're going to have in your possession such as screenshots, you can always come back and look at yourself by yourself and see yourself how you feel about certain structures. Okay, so let's begin. So first I put Mercury is going to move to Aries, and it's going to be on from March 31st to June 7th. So it's really important because Mercury is the planet of our mind, of our nervous system, of the way how we communicate. And when it's going to be in Aries, it's definitely going to create our mind a little bit more quick, and perhaps lack of patience, especially toward other people. But we always remember, when we're impatient with other people, we first of all impatient with ourselves. So we definitely need to start with ourselves. I'm going to create another separate video with regards to Mercury in Aries. Then second, we're going to have a full moon in Virgo, and it's going to be on April 5th. And Virgo, when we having a full moon in Virgo, and full moon, it's always it's very, you can compare it to the woman's cycle, how women feel when she's during her period. She feel full, she feel a little bit overwhelmed, the whole body going through different level of inflammation and rejuvenation. So this same thing with us, we're all female in front of the creator. And when it's a full moon, and especially in Virgo, she's a critical and she actually criticized herself and then criticized other. So it's really important, specifically on the April 5th, to stay away from any judgment, criticism, because it's the seed. We can actually we can feel even more heavy. So definitely understand this day, and remember, it's always start few days after and a few days before and few days after, especially if you have moon in Virgo, and if you have moon in Cancer, and if you have moon in water sign, you feel this planet even more in depth. But moon in Virgo gonna feel more because this is your sign, but we're all gonna feel. Pay attention to your pets, pay attention to your children on April 5th, but again, 2 days before and 2 days after. So important days, the whole April. It's very important, very eventual. I didn't do anything on March. In March it was much easy months. The April, it's literally gonna create a stage of some very karmic events for each of us, and how we actually come to out of comfort zone and come out of slavery. Now, next extremely important event, it's one of the most important events of the whole entire year. It's called Passover. It's the Pesach, we call. Pesach. In Hebrew, it's when our mouth, it's speak. But the whole event, it's represent what is the come out of Egypt. It's come out of slavery. What you slave of, right? What really you need, what is your golden calf? What is really your what you slave, what really you make on stage for yourself more important than your connection with the light of Creator. It's such a big event. Usually we study literally months prior, and it's not just you need to clean your house and every corner of your house you need to check. You need to clean and check every corner of your soul, of your inside. What do you need to clean inside of yourself? What you really want to elevate and to remove those negative traits which is not longer serving you. So we're talking about such important events. This is really events we call, it can change your destiny, especially night of April 5th. The night event of Passover, it's one of the most important nights of the whole entire year, because this is the night count from the 50th day. We're almost receiving on that night for free, without even earning, the whole energy of 49 days. And then what's happened, we're coming down from the moment of Passover until Shavuot, until the end of the cycle of 49 days of Omer. I'm going to make separate video about it, because such important days. And during this period of time, we're going to have very important holiday. It's called Lag BaOmer, the day when the author of the Zohar was, he left this dimension and took away with him a lot of negativity. It's one of the positive day. It's going to be in May. I'm going to tell you after those days. But remember, if you celebrate Passover or you do not celebrate Passover on April 6th, night of April 6th, I recommend for all of us to really embrace this energy, because we're going to receive so much energy. It's one of the positive days of the whole entire year. If you don't know how to celebrate, if you celebrate, great. Make sure you really put your mind, don't speak too much during the table when we're going to do connection on different food on the table. It's going to be special prayers, special connection. Then the moment you're going to eat matzah, make sure you meditate, you ask matzah to take away with her all the negativity, all the acids, which is acids, not just physical acids, the spiritual acids, which is create inflammation in our mind. Because what is the acids? Acidic body activate the cancer cells, and this is when they separate from other cells and create separation. Machloket, we say But what Pesach provides us? Pesach provides us to rid of the inflammation, but most important are spiritual inflammation, which was created inside of us during our action, our thoughts. Remember, first it's the thoughts, it's our mind. When it's come to action, it's already too late. So Passover night, this particular night, I recommend for you to study more before, to come almost like armed, like a real spiritual warrior, and to really be focused, so focused that you cannot miss a second moment from the night. And especially, we're going to drink at least for a glass of wine. Those of you those of us who drink wine allow themselves. It's extremely important because there's a special way we're going to drink wine. And it's the wine, because the wine represents judgment. It's going to the special night is going to remove the judgment we have inside of us. Super important. So I wish you guys good luck with that. And again, I will try to find time to create another video about Passover. Now, the fourth event I put here, it's Venus, our beautiful Noga Venus. Noga, it's in Hebrew. It's going to be transit in the Taurus. It's a great, it's her own sign. And those of you guys who have important signs in important planets in Taurus, and if you have Venus in Taurus, what a great time. But it's actually to all of us, because Venus in Taurus, she's really feels so comfortable, and she's going to be there from April 5th to May 1st. The best time to connect to all the beauty of the world, and to reconnect with the beauty with yourself is definitely important. And to understand a lot of things what Taurus represent. She's going to activate all the amazing stuff of Taurus, and a little bit of selfishness too, but we're going to talk about that too. Now, next event, we're going to have Sun. Sun's going to be transiting in Aries from April 14 to May 14. The reason I made notes here for you, then it's overpowered, because when Sun, the superior, it's actually in Aries, he become like overpowered, over energized, so can be a little bit reactive period of time as well, because the Sun, when he's in Aries, he it's like a double Sun. It's even more than Leo, because Leo still have his royalty. Aries sometimes lack of tact. Thank God they have no agenda many times, because Aries, they say exactly what they feel and they think sometimes without tact. So really, really for us, again, this period of time, on top of everything, we're going to have this amazing, powerful combination. Just make sure you know how to use this energy not abuse this energy. Okay. Next event I put here, it's I actually specifically put pay attention, because I don't like to use word negative. I don't like to use the word danger. I just want us to pay attention even more, because it's one of the most unstable period of the whole entire year, and it's going to be from April 18 to April 26. And actually Vedic astrology is called Gandanta, and I'll explain to you. I'm going to show you on the sky, because the Jupiter will be going to be transiting from Pisces to Aries, from water sign to Aries fire sign. And while he's going to do that, he's going to join at the same time to Rahu, to the north node, the malefic, the give me. Actually, Jupiter and Rahu, they friends in a way, because both of them want to expand, but each one expand for the sake of humanity and sharing. Another want to expand for the selfish desires, Rahu I'm referring to. And the difficult period of that, because it's short circuit, it's the transition between, there's no space between water and fire, and when it's happened, it's going to be kind of clash of energy. So especially for people who are students, people who study, in children, if you have children, please pay attention this period of time, because the Jupiter are not going to have the same power protection. Everything going to be so open, then we really, everything what we're going to create those particular days, it's going to be we're going to look back, and we're going to say why I spoke before I thought, why I act before I try to include the bigger picture. So just pay attention to these days. Okay, guys, definitely don't plan anything important. If you supposed to travel, pay attention. If it's possible to change your schedule, better to change your schedule. Okay. 7 event, I put here new moon, total solar eclipse. Lots going on. This is not just typical new moon. It's the moon, which is while it's going to be new moon, we're going to have total solar eclipse in Aries. Plus, it's going to conjunct Jupiter at the same time. I'm going to show you in the sky. What's interesting about that? Because the Jupiter on April 19, not going to be strong. Jupiter at the same time, he was just he just entered inside of the Aries, and he still have a water energy, still recovering. So the eclipse himself going to happen on 20s, but 19s, it's already energy is going to be here. So another day, definitely don't plan anything important. Take care of yourself. It's a good day not to eat too much, and definitely to study, to connect to a bigger picture, connect to only goodness of the creation. Don't see luck, because whatever you put inside of your mind, this is exactly what you're gonna, this is how you're gonna think, and this is how you're gonna feel and behave. Again, for this particular event, I'm going to create a special video. There's lots to cover there, but just for you to have in your calendar so you can plan your months better. Next one, we have our beautiful Mercury again. And now Mercury, while he's already, moved in Aries, Mercury retrograde in Aries from April 21st to May 14. So remember, while we're going through the period of time of April 18 to 26, it's period of Gandanta. During this time, we have a Mercury retrograde, right? So it's a thing for us to take into consideration take it easy, love yourself. Don't be too harsh on yourself. If you're working on yourself and you are doing your absolutely best, and if people behave certain way, it's not your place to fix anyone or to criticize anyone. Remember, each of us going through our own process, an illusionary process many times. To see really full picture, we need to have, it's usually righteous tzaddikim have ability, but for us, we'll walk in tzaddikim. And if you listen to this video and you find this information important to you, and if you're new to my channel as well, you will find in the astrology introduced to yourself, it's not typical astrology. It's astrology which can empower you, because without tools, without activating the creator within yourself, it's just the existent. But we really came here to live, to enjoy our life, to enjoy the light of creator, and to see how much power we have, and how, because our thoughts create reality. It's really, really important. And if again, guys, I can see usually I have over thousands people view my video, but only few put likes. If you feel beneficial for that, so please do like and share with your friends. So I think it's information extremely important to share with the world. And if you can help for my channel to grow, I really appreciate. Next one, we have Jupiter, tzedek. Remember, the Jupiter in Hebrew, it's tzedek, righteous. It's combust in Pisces. I made article on my Facebook and I explain in more depth. So I do recommend for you guys to go to my Facebook as well. And I usually daily, I put some information. So what's happened when Jupiter already on March 28, a few days ago, until April 27, while he's going through all this process, change the sign, and he's going to be part of the eclipse, and he's going to be join the Rahu, he's actually combusted at the same time. He been overburned by sun, right? Because don't forget, so much going on in Aries, your Aries becoming like righteous after the lunar north will move in end of the this year in October. They move to Pisces. You guys gonna, you're gonna like rising phoenix. You're gonna feel like there's nothing actually can move you or shake you, let's put this way. So just remember, Jupiter not in his stronger, even though Jupiter, he loves to be in Aries because he's more active in Aries. He's really helping you. Usually people who understand astrology, they start a new beginning during the period of time, but just wait until May. I'm going to make another video. Try not to create anything new really in April. When Jupiter become much stronger, it's an amazing period of time, especially after the Omer, to work on something new. And now we have the last thing I put again about Jupiter. Jupiter will rise from the combustion on April 27. So already from April 27, it's gonna easy, and you will feel much better, because when Jupiter in his strong position, he's really supporting us. But again, because of the Rahu there, his body, who actually came to party and to to activate the ego. So for Jupiter, he will try to calm his body a little bit down, but it's still Jupiter is not here to do job for anyone. Jupiter here just to create the environment, but of course, we need to know how to grow with this process. Now, let me show the sky. I'm going to share with you right now the direct sky, so you guys will see what's happening in direct sky. So I'm going to go quickly step by step because it's took a little bit longer than I thought this video. I'm going to show you right now on the sky so you can make actually screenshots. Okay, so we were talking about Mercury, and Mercury we have from March 31st. So let's go to March 31st. I'm gonna change March 31st so you can see what's happened on March 31st. Okay, so we're talking about Mercury. Let's see where Mercury is. Okay, there's a Mercury. Okay, so let's see where he's here. Okay, yeah. So March 31st, you can see he's actually 30th degree. And then on April 1st, he's actually 2 degrees. So between March 31st and April 1st, Mercury transiting to Aries. So you can see what's happening in the sky, and the moon's going to be still in Cancer, but moon's actually already in Leo. And she's a little bit, let's put this way, she's a little bit oversensitive in a sense of sensitive, aggressive, This is how the moon. So look at the sky, do the screenshot. I'm not going to stay here for longer, so you will understand more what's happening here. Now we're going to move to April 5th for the full moon in Virgo. And let's see what's happening with our moon. Look, so I'm traveling right now from the April 1st. She's gonna go over through the Leo, of course, before she's coming to her full moon. Okay, so we're talking about April 5th, and now there's April 5th. Okay, she's gonna be in 16 degree in the middle of Virgo. And she's going to have in opposition with Sun, of course. This is why it's called full moon. And we can see here we have a Jupiter. He's been combusted. You see he's invisible a little bit by Sun. So he's starting his transition slowly to go to Aries. Okay, so this is another event. We have, what else we have? The third event I put in my chart. It's Passover. We're going right now next day after the full moon. We actually same day on April 6th, which is at night after sunset, we're going to start the celebration of Passover. And look what's happened here, April 6th. She's going to be in 29 degree before she's entering to Libra. So it's very interesting because when she's traveling from Virgo to Libra, she's going to bring a lot of knowledge and to be precise and clean. And you know what's so funny? Because she's going to Libra from Virgo, and Virgo, it's all about clean, to be precise, to be particularly. And it's excellent because this moon is going to help us a few days before Passover, which is, excuse me for my language, the most craziest day. When you're arriving to a Passover table, you're so tired, you barely can move, especially women understand what I say, because we clean so much, we cook so much. So, and then we have to drink glass of wine and you're still hungry. You can't really eat much yet. You cannot even touch matzah until the special prayer. So this is like a knockdown. You feel like you have to go through a very, very special, even your physical body really feel. And you see, she's touching a very, very special start of Spica. And I have to tell you, there will be so much support that night is 25. Actually, it's 48 hours because we have a 2 days, extremely important days. It's going to be April 6 night. So it's April 7, April 8 is the really major days for the Passover. And look what's happened. She's going to pass Ketu. She's going to pass karmic note. She's almost conjunct in karmic note. Well, look at this in Libra relationship. It's, by the way, Libra, it's one of the most important sign, which is we have most of the holidays usually. It's Rosh Hashanah, it's Yom Kippur, it's Sukkot, Simchat Torah, everything inside of the Libra. And now we have a moon here, right? So it's important. Very, very magical days, guys. Don't miss this opportunity. It can change your life. It's very annoying. We have in many books, ancient books, it says people who know how to connect to this cosmic energy, they actually can completely change their destiny. How powerful it is. And by the way, look at the Mars. Mars gets special and angelic force, energy to support us. Saturn's going to be a little bit, with attitude here, but Saturn really support this holiday, right? So we're good. We're good. Important days. We're going to get a lot of free energy on those days. It's almost like you're going to get drug, you didn't even earn it, and then it's going to be withdrawal. So just be prepared. We're going to be really elevated to our higher self. This is the night when your higher self present with you like no other nights, not even more than Rosh Hashanah, the Kabbalistic New Year. So be aware of that. So next event we have Venus in Taurus, the fourth event on my list, right? Yeah, I already said, Venus in Taurus, it's absolutely great. Remember, and it's going to be on April 5th. Let's come back. So basically, because before Passover, we're going to have Venus already transfer in Taurus. So the table will look beautiful. You will look beautiful. It's going to be one of the most beautiful Passovers because Venus is going to be really involved in this, this situation. She's so good at. So let's connect to the Noga. And Noga, remember, she's going to Taurus and she represents Libra as well, right? It's all about relationship and most important, to come out of illusion, because don't forget, Venus, Noga in Hebrew, is a physical body. She's surrounded by fog, a lot of uncertainty. She's not the most positive planet according to Kabbalistic knowledge. She's okay, of course, she represents, the beauty, she represents love, but she doesn't like restriction. And what is the Saturn? We came to learn from Saturn. Without restriction, we cannot really earn the blessing in light, right? So it's important. So next one, it's a fifth in my chart. We have Sun transit in Aries on April 14. So now we're jumping to April 14. Sorry, guys, I'm not going to go day by day. I'm just going to jump right now to April 14. Let me refresh. Okay, beautiful. So now we have Sun, and look what's happened. Sun passing right now Jupiter, Sun running in front of Jupiter, because Jupiter, it's a huge planet too, but it's slower than Sun, because for Sun it's take 1 year to finish all 12 signs, and for Jupiter it's more than we have, I think, 14 months. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have in front of me. It's every year it's a little bit different. So what's happened here, as I said, when Sun entering to Aries, Sun become super strong. He's going to be like a double charge with many batteries. So it's going to be a lot of energy for us. So just definitely pay close attention to it. And it's really good time to start exercise, in order for us to help our physical body to produce and to know how to work with the energy, cosmic energies coming from above. Then we get into a very important period of time. I told you it's the period of time from April 18 to April 14 to April 26. It's called Gandanta, but the most important, what is really I want to explain to you guys, it's the Jupiter transition between two opposite sign, from water sign to fire sign, and he's gonna start to say hi to Rahu. I would say properly, Rahu will start to say hi. So let's go to 18. I'm gonna move this way so you can see what's happened here with the Jupiter, okay? And there you go. Okay, so now we have a Jupiter 29 degree, and what's really interesting, let me look at the moon. Okay, moon is coming from transition with, look at this, on April 17, moon will go through, it's gonna be interesting. Moon will be completely total conjunction with Neptune. It's actually not bad at all because Neptune, Neptune can really activate so many talents we have inside of the music, the poetic talents, the love, especially it's in Pisces. Just if you have this combination, if you have anything in Pisces from like 2 degree, it's the precise, but you still have 3 degree before and 3 after, which is still can't be really activated by this energy. It can activate some kind of if you have any addictions, this is the really like a drug for the addiction. It will activate. So just pay attention. Just make sure you're in control of whatever addiction you have. Okay. So let's go to 18, and I even go to 19. I think it's going to be even more precise. There you go. Let's do the Jupiter. Look what's happening here. Jupiter start. He's Gandanta, and he's going to be conjunct by Moon. And it's not the best because it's such a not easy. It's like almost like on the direct sky, it's called points of betrayal. I don't like to call anything betrayal because we are the one who attract. We teach people how to treat us. So I don't want right now to have us a victim consciousness and say, "Oh my God, we're going to be betrayed by somebody." We need to create proper environment and not to give too much energy in order for give other people opportunity to abuse and use the energy you have. You understand? This is the bottom line. And look at the sun still not really comfortable because 5 degree sun, even though it's in the house of Aries, it's not touching Aries. It's in the last, it's between Aries and Pisces. You understand? So pay close attention to these days. Like I said, we have, and where's our friend Rahu? They go. He's not far. He can't wait to meet with Sun and then to meet with Jupiter and start, to tell them, come on, guys, let's do that. Let's do that. We don't need to restrict. We don't need to ask any permission. But he's here to help us to grow because what Rahu does, without Rahu, without darkness, we cannot create the light. So look at this really as an opportunity, guys. I'm not here to scare you. Opposite, to tell you, look at the great opportunity we have. It's like we're entering inside of the Olympic. The ancients always call period of Omer when we start Passover. And to the end of the Omer, before Shavuot, the giving of Torah, one of my absolutely favorite holiday, represents central column energy, represent Binah as well. What I really love about Shavuot and what I love about this period of time, ancients always call this, it's like we're entering inside of the Olympics. Everything what we learn, everything what we think we already know, this is the time for us to show the world what you're capable, okay? So just keep in mind, look at this way. Now, then we have new moon total eclipse on April 19. And this is where we are right now. So look what's happened. I was telling you. This new total eclipse in Aries plus Jupiter conjunction, right? And we have 2 days. We're going to affect it, 19 and 20s, okay? We're going to feel that. But mainly it's going to be between. So this is, we're going to start the eclipse corridor, right? So very, very important. And look at this beauty. Look what's happened, this eclipse. We're going to have Rahu already going to be interfering here too. But most important, Jupiter big time involved in that, okay? So just pay attention because anyway, there's nothing extra I can tell you guys. Just study these days, be a giver, but know how to give and receive in balanced way, right? Sharing, it's more important than giving, because when we give, sometimes we overdo with people. So it's really important to apply tools of sharing. and as well to be always open to receive as well. Okay, especially in areas. Sometimes they, like a Leo, don't know how to receive. They really giver, energy-wise, speech-wise, and everything, and leadership. So it's really, really important. Next one I have in my list, we have a Mercury. Mercury will be retrograde in Aries right after lunar eclipse on April 21st. So we're going to continue our marathon. Excellent. So we're going to become tzaddikim, righteous after that. Okay, let's look at the Mercury. So they go Mercury in starting retrograde already, 21 degree, 1 degree of retrogradation, and he's coming after really close to Uranus. Okay, so we really hope, you know, ourselves and our leaders knows what they're doing, because especially masses, guys, before we're going to criticize and go say we see the full picture. Actually, a lot of people, it's almost like going to be revolution with illusion, you know, so just to pay attention. Next one, after Mercury retrograde in April 21st to May 14th, then we have a Jupiter. Again, I want to tell you about the Jupiter because on March 28 until April 27, right? Remember, he's going to be in combusted. Now, what the good news, Jupiter will rise from the combustion on April 27, and I'm going to move right now, so you can do the screenshots you want. I'm moving right now, April 22nd, 23rd. You can make you can see the moon travel. I'm going to make separate videos for your weekly energy. And then we're going to, let's see, oh, there you go. Okay, April 27, let's see what's happened. Okay, so April 27, 28, finally, you know, Jupiter coming out of shadow. He's entering already properly inside of the areas. Let me move a little bit my sky, because the general sky was saying, okay, let's see. I'm going to tell you exactly when Jupiter really going to feel better. Let me move a little bit more. Okay, there you go. There you go. It's coming out. So basically, I would say in April, even April 5th, 7, 8, yeah, this is when he already changing the energy more, going to the, you know, closer, and he's going to closer to his body, Rahu. It's going to be interesting. And we have there, look at this celebration. We have lots going on in beginning of May there. I will make a separate video. And we have moon in Scorpio on those days too. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, thank you so much for your time. If you're interested to have a reading with me, it's going to be a learning session. I call this learning session because I'm helping you to introduce yourself to yourself and to become better healer, and you know, your own guru for yourself as well. Really important, because it's extremely important to be strong and to know who you are, because then nobody can come to you and shake you for no reason, because you're so strong. You know your mission, you know why you're here, you know your home. I'm giving you your homework as well, what to work on it. Okay, guys, wish you many blessings, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.